11. To keep individuals wherever from choosing their own fates by methods for one made emergency after another and afterward overseeing such emergencies. This will confound and dampen the populace to the degree where looked with excessively numerous decisions, indifference on a huge scale will come about. On account of the U.S., an Office for Crisis Management is now set up. It is known as the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, whose presence I initially encased in 1980. 12. To acquaint new factions and proceed with help those effectively working which incorporate shake music criminals, for example, the Rolling Stones, a hoodlum mass much supported by European black nobility, and the greater part of the Tavistock-made shake bunches which started with the Beatles. 13. To keep on building up the clique of Christian fundamentalism started by the British East India Company's worker Derby, which will be abused to reinforce the Zionist state of Israel by relating to the Jews through the legend of God's picked individuals, and by giving exceptionally generous measures of cash to what they erroneously accept as a religious reason in the advancement of Christianity. 14. To press for the spread of religious cliques, for example, the Muslim Brotherhood, Muslim fundamentalism, the Sikhs, and to do mind control investigations of the Jim Jones and Child of Sam type. It is important that the late Khomeini was a making of British Military Intelligence Division 6, MI6. This nitty-gritty work explained the well-ordered process which the U.S. government actualized to place Khomeini in control. 15. To send out religious freedom thoughts around the globe in order to undermine every single existing religion, yet more particularly the Christian religion. This started with the Jesuit liberation theology, that conveyed a conclusion to the Somoza family managed in Nicaragua, and which today is annihilating El Salvador, now 25 years into a common war. Costa Rica and Honduras are additionally entangled in progressive exercises, induced by the Jesuits. One exceptionally dynamic element occupied with the purported freedom philosophy, is the communist-situated Mary Knoll mission. This records for the broad media thoughtfulness regarding the murder of 4 of Mary Knoll's supposed nuns in El Salvador a couple of years back. The 4 nuns were communist subversive operators and their exercises were broadly archived by the government of El Salvador. The U.S. press and the new media declined to give any space or scope to the massive documentation controlled by the Salvadorian government, which demonstrated what the Mary Knoll mission nuns were doing in the nation. Mary Knoll is in benefit in numerous nations, and put a main part in conveying communism to Rhodesia, Mozambique, Angola, and South Africa. 16. To cause an aggregate fall of the world's economies and induce add up to political mayhem. 17. To take control of all remote and local approaches of the U.S. 18. To give the fullest help to supranational foundations, for example, the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, the World Court and, beyond what many would consider possible, make neighborhood establishments less viable, by slowly eliminating them or bringing them under the mantle of the UN. 19. To enter and subvert all legislatures, and work from inside them to decimate the sovereign trustworthiness of the countries spoke to by them. 20. To sort out an overall psychological oppressor mechanical assembly, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, ISIL, etc., and to consult with fear-based oppressors at whatever point fear-based oppressor exercises happen. It will be reviewed that it was Bettino Craxi, who influenced the Italian and U.S. governments to consult with the Red Brigade's kidnappers of Prime Minister Moro and General Dozier. As an aside, Dozier was put in under strict requests not to talk the end result for him. Should he ever end the quiet, he will no uncertainty be made an appalling case of, in the way in which Henry Kissinger managed Aldo Moro, Ali Bhutto and General Zia-ul-Haq. 21. To take control of instruction in America with the expectation and reason for totally crushing it,